Welcome back to CC4K, and this is Total War Pharaoh's Dynasties campaign trailer. So before we begin, I'd like to first say thank you so much for stopping by. If you can hit that like button, subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and every little bit helps, and subscribing helps out a lot. So, with that out of the way, let's begin. So, as always, we're going to, in the previous ones, I just played it and I talked over it. Paused at various points. I think that's a good system. We're going to keep it. Let's go. Let's just go. A strong, healthy baby girl has been born. Okay, that's the turns per year system. If you have been keeping up with my various updates to this game, you will probably seen it blog reaction. Well, me sort of breaking down the blog a little bit in my previous videos, and it's talking about you can set it for 3, 6, or 12 turns per year, which I like. Some people will like 1 turn per year, but I'm a big fan of like having multiple turns per year. That way you can get a sense of time passing. You know what I mean? Like, if it's just 1 turn per year, like, it seems a little bit out there for me to, have a lot of stuff happen in just 1 year. But it makes more sense if it happens over 3 or 6 years. Nice family tree, I like it. I think I like Dynasties more than I like Family Tree. Oh, we'll see.
The death of a pharaoh was an occasion marked by celebration, mourning, and mummification. But the world doesn't end when a king dies. Someone always takes up the mantle.
That's right.
I'm Steve Coleman, joined today by Todor Nikolov, building
Hey, Todor
our own
Nikolov.
dynasties. Let's take a look at ruling families then. How do they work?
The ruling families are a representation of the family, of a faction leader. Over there you can see relations between the different characters. There might be children or parents or siblings. They might be married to each other. Mm-hmm. And from this screen you can point the scion. The scion is the character who will inherit the faction.
So it's the faction heir. Yeah, so basically the family tree of old.
The faction leader dies, which is in most cases inevitable.
Oh, so you're telling me Ajax gets older and can die?
Well, yes, even Ajax is a man. However, we have thought of fans of Ajax in particular, and for them, we have included customization option that allows you to tweak the number of turns that it takes for an year to pass. So, for example, you might want to play with characters that quickly age and they change with new ones. Then you can select each turn to last for an year, or you could slow things down and reach up to 12 turns per year. And if you really do not want to lose Ajax at all, you can have immortal characters which act just like they do in Pharaoh. Of course, this is absolutely ahistorical unless you consider vampires history.
Let's say, for example, that I had a really bad...
That's a good comeback.
...bad campaign and my entire family got wiped out. What would happen then?
Yeah.
If potentially you got yourself into that situation, this does not mean that your campaign ends, but in case your entire family gets wiped out, a random character will conveniently arise to take over and become the next faction leader. But you will likely have to face some considerable penalties because your people, your populace will not be happy with such a transition, and they will likely consider it illegitimate, and there will be disorder around your faction.
So, let's say I'm the ruling pharaoh, or the great king, or the Wanax, of course, or the king of the universe.
Yeah.
What changes in the ruling family mechanic?
The changes are, first of all, you see not only your faction, but all members of the dynasty. So, for example, there might be faction leaders that belong to other factions.
I do like the fact that there's chaos with this whole family dynasty is replaced, because let's be honest, that is such a shift in power. People were freaking out. Well, why can't I just be in charge? And that makes perfect sense. And I like that they added that instead of just ending the campaign.
Let's say the Egyptian
either or would have been fine now. Let's go back for a bit.
So, for example, there might be faction leaders that belong to other factions. Let's say the Egyptian starting position. You have Merneptah and all of his children that all are faction leaders to different factions. This is one aspect. Another thing is that you can have an overview of the history of your entire dynasty. So yourself, any previous rulers.
Okay, Victory Act. Bane of Jesus, Bane of Shindin, Patriarch of the Dynasty, Supreme Commander, Stone, People of Haiti, scorned by Syria, undertook away scale war.
And all of their deeds. Deeds are events that take place during...
Alright, let's slow down. Shrewdness, Dynasty aspect, accomplishments 5, setback 0, total 3. Okay. Oh no, that was accomplishment 3. Aspects which measure the skillful of supreme ruler, delivers the power of the court. Okay, alright.
Events that take place during your campaign, they're recorded over there, both your successes and your failures.
You know what? Normally I try to undo some of my failures, but I think I might just let them ride this time. Just to see what happens. Vassalize it. You know, let's keep this.
And based on your deeds, you can unlock epithets. These are kind of small titles that you can customize.
Wow! Oh, yes, I like that. There's a lot of customization with this. Marshal of Might, accomplished. Oh, so you get these little like faction things that you put on your dude if they do certain cool. Like this. I'm so depressed that this might not get any more updates, and this might not be. And Sophia might be closed down or something like that. I don't know that for sure, but the Creative Assembly is not in a good spot right now, and the Creative Assembly Sophia might be axed. But dude, I'm so. Oh, please, Sophia, please stay around. Please stay around. I don't want to tell you guys to go out and buy it because I haven't had it in my hands personally. I don't know if it's buggy. I don't know if it has a lot of problems to it. I don't know if it's like just like a mess. You know what? I might just do a review on this game. I might just do a full-scale review on this game. I might do a couple of Let's Plays, like a couple of turns in it, because long campaigns are not that fun to watch, but start of one, usually a lot of people pile in for those. Well, for streams, I know that for sure, but I don't know. For a Let's Play, I don't want to commit to a Let's Play, because sometimes they can be very, very long. They could be like last for months. So I just, but this is such a good game. I might just stream it, or I might Let's Play it a little bit here and there, just because when it releases, I cannot. Oh, I'm done gushing.
Your faction leader name with, and
I'm not gonna stop at any general. Okay, that's fair. You got at least something for them in case they haven't been really doing much. But I want to keep going now because I want to have has died. Okay. The reason I'm going, you know what? Let's just keep going because I don't want to spoil too much of what's could be
reflection of
possible.
what you have done in your campaign. You might have conquered a lot of settlements, which means that you will be known as Ramesses the Conqueror. Or perhaps you have lost a lot of settlements. Then you might be called Ramesses the Inept Defender or something like that. In addition to all of these, when you become part of a dynasty, you can also arrange political marriages.
Okay, so you're saying I can strengthen my ties with other factions by giving away my children? Well, other than sounding fantastic, what else can I do in diplomacy?
Well, yes, giving away
Wow, somebody has problems at home. I'm just messing around.
your children is one of the things that you can do. This is called in the game diplomatic marriage, where either you give away one of your characters or take a foreign character in marriage, which will increase the diplomatic relations between yourself and another faction. The political marriage is something similar. However, in a political marriage, each character remains in their faction. There is again better diplomacy, better relations between the factions. But it requires some sort of diplomatic treaty before it can happen, at least a non-aggression pact between the factions. What else you can do? You can force inheritance. This is a new diplomatic action which sends one of your characters to another faction where they're automatically selected as the scion who will inherit the rule of the faction once the faction leader is dead. And once this happens, you will have a relative ruling another faction, which will vastly increase your diplomatic relations.
I wanted to pause multiple times there, but I'll pause right here. This is perfect time to pause and just talk. Wow, that is a lot of diplomacy, and with the family tree. Normally, the family tree and diplomacy are like a separate thing. Like I remember in medieval, if you married somebody off, or if you married a princess off in medieval too, they're on the other faction. That's just the way it was, and you got no diplomatic bonuses. But here, you're getting a ton of diplomatic bonuses for it. I think that's smart. Or if you just want to take that character into your faction, you marry her off. You marry your princess off to that particular dude.
This is something which I usually do with Paris when I play Troy. I send him off to another faction so that he can become the scion and then come back to me with the faction itself. In addition to all of that, you can also trade with and barter legitimacy in diplomacy with the Dynasty update. So you can exchange economic resources for someone else's legitimacy to boost your own, or you can sell your own legitimacy for resources.
Really?
This might not be a good idea if you are preparing for any civil wars.
Civil wars, really? That makes sense. Civil wars.
With more campaign customization options and reworks like time per turn.
Civil wars might be a thing that happens in this game. I never thought about that. I never heard about that. I haven't played this game because not a lot of people did play Pharaoh.
Legacy traditions. There's never been more ways to teach the playstyle.
This
Check
could
out
be
our
fun.
blogs for more information and join us next time as we go out to war.
Okay, so warfare. That should be an interesting one. I'll catch you guys there for that one. This is Huge 4K, and this has been Total War Pharaoh Dynasties campaign, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.